Out there for Abinio will be that 16th qualifier.
Oh, no messing around here. We're straight into the action in the second leg here of the semi-final. And as you say, we know all of the permutations here. And it all comes down to what kind of performance Vini can put in here. It's in his hands. 2 goals. And he ties up this tie on aggregate. But he's got to start hot here, and he almost does so. I'm pretty sure there was a little deflection on that shot from distance, which means it will be a corner here to the Brazilian. Maybe a chance to pull one of those goals back. Neymar in towards the back post, back across goal. Van der Sar deals with it. And now Stokes can come away.
But a little bit of early pressure from Vini, and that's exactly what he needs. He needs to let Stokes know he's there and he's up for this fight, and he isn't just going to roll over and show his belly. But for Stokes on the other side, he wants to show what he's made of. A lot of people have been saying he had an easy bracket run. Would he have got this far if he was going up against the likes of Tex, the likes of Dasari, the likes of Megabit? He wants to go into the E-World Cup showing that he's one of the top players. And if he can get to that grand final, if he can win that grand final, what a statement that would be.
Yeah, certainly having a tournament win behind you certainly boosts your value in the scene and will certainly make you a player for everyone to be keeping an eye on. Already impressed the pros. We heard Spencer talking about it on the couches just before this game got underway, how some of his attacking players really brought some praise out of his fellow competitors here in Hamburg. But at the start of this game, the only real shot on target was that one from Vini, was actually just deflected wide via that little touch from the defender. But Vini's the one chasing the game here. And if you are watching for the first time and you're kind of keeping your eyes on things, imagine around the 45th minute is when you might see changes. If things all stay the same here, Vini has to chase this game. So you might see some personnel and formation changes, all aimed at trying to push him forward, trying to get his way back into this game.
And of course, it was Vini who took the lead initially in leg number 1. He went 1-0 up, but then Stokes responded with 4 goals on the trot, only for Vini to equalise in the last, to get a second goal, in the last minute to set up this second leg where he now has a 2-goal deficit. And Mark, you're talking about the players just saying how Stokes has been incredible going forward this event, and we can attribute that to the fact that he's been doing these low-driven finesse shots, which we've not seen too much of in the latter stages of this season. It's been really working for him. It's been finding so many goals at this near post. It's been beating the likes of Van der Sar, the likes of De Gea, and I'm sure we're going to see it if he gets the ball in the final third.
Well, here's Ronaldo into Eusebio! But first strike goes to Vini here. And what was a 2-goal deficit is now just 1.
And oh boy, have we got a game on our hands now. That 16th spot for the E-World Cup has been blown wide open here. And Vini knows he has the chance to take it right out of Abinio's hands. Of course, 15 of our 16 spots already secured. It was Ajax Joey who started in 16th place at the beginning of this tournament. Abinio pipped ahead of him after his performance. Can Vini do the same? Can he take that most important number 16?
One of the best finishes on the game, providing the finish that was required there for Vini. Eusebio, that prime icon moments, doing the business once again in front of goal, and now you just feel the momentum is with the Brazilian. Stokes is going to have to weather this storm. He's going to have to be careful. Because as Mike Lebel was saying on the sofas just before this game got underway, a 2-goal lead in FIFA 19, it can evaporate quicker than rainwater.
And sometimes you just get in a rhythm with FIFA, and I feel like that's the case for Vini now with that first goal. His passes seem on point, very fluid with the style. He's not missing anything at the moment, and he knows how he wants to approach this game. It seems to be Stokes who's chasing that ball around.
Great ball down the line here to Neymar. Aims towards the back post, and Mbappe almost stole around the back of the defender there to send it towards goal. Unfortunately for him, he just overhit that cross and couldn't really get the technique required to send it either on target or back across goal. And now Stokes, for the first time, really has a little bit of time, I was going to say, to maybe pick a pass, but constant pressure here from Vini. This little break seems to have refocused him and made him realise just what's at stake here, Dan.
Stokes has really struggled to get any sort of possession at the moment. Every pass just seems to be colliding with a red shirt.
Eusebio takes a shot from distance again, and Edwin van der Sar has to get a big hand on that one to turn it behind for a corner. And this was danger before for Stokes. Vini in towards that near post. Van Dijk across. Ronaldo doing the defensive work.
I like it, going for something a little bit clever. A little bit niche, just trying to dink it to the back post from the initial cross.
Well, here's Mbappe inside the box, trying to Croqueta, chaining them together to try and eke his way past his man. Maybe just a little bit of space for a shot there.
I really want to see something different from Stokes. I want to see him actually generate a little bit of possession here. Maybe slow things down, start passing it around, make Vini start to chase him instead of him chasing Vini.
Well, it's Ferdinand chasing Ronaldo, and I think he gave up on the chase there. He just decided to bring him down. A mistimed challenge there means there will be a free kick and an advanced position here. Booking for Rio Ferdinand. And now Stokes with a chance from the set piece, and we have seen how dangerous he is, controlling that Cristiano Ronaldo and looking to get that green time header on goal. There is that player switch. Neymar hangs it up towards Ronaldo. If anyone's going to win that header against Ronaldo, make it Cristiano Ronaldo.
If you have the opportunity, you always set up the mirror match. You always make sure Cristiano Ronaldo's there to head it. And oh my God, there's another challenge. A bit rough this game getting, and I'm sure that's going to be another yellow card, and both these players will have to be now very careful with two of their defenders because a red card could completely change this game.
Very heavy tackle there from Rafael Varane. Eusebio did fantastically to spin away, leaving him with no real option but to bring the Portuguese icon down. Now Danny da Costa on this right-hand side. Around 10 minutes left till half-time. And Vini still chasing the game. Looks for that little chip into Eusebio there, maybe for a first-time volley. Well read, though, by Stokes. But again, that midfield battle at the moment, Dan, is being dominated by Vini.
It's almost like Stokes is just being hit by a barrier every single time he tries to get that ball into the opposition half at this point. And then on the counter-attack, Vini's looking phenomenal, really using the width well.
Here's the goal scorer, Eusebio. He might have another chance to go at goal. Instead, tries to pull it back. And I think if he could wind that one back and have another opportunity to maybe make that decision again, he would have pulled the trigger.
Sometimes you've got the idea of the play you want to make in your head and you press that button combination, but by the time your player actually gets into position, you see it's just not quite right. But still, Vini making these chances, and you can feel that he could quite easily find an equaliser anytime soon.
This might well be the last attack until the half-time whistle blows. Switch of the play here. Just taking his time to make sure this last attack of the game will be his. 45 minutes left after this, of course. Extra time and penalties if required. Neymar inside to Hullet. Neymar turns away from his man, scoops it up towards the back post. He is arriving there, Mbappe. Varane does well. Another opportunity to get inside the box. Ronaldo gets away from his man. But a slightly unfortunate touch inside the box as the referee's whistle goes. Means that he won't have the opportunity to get that shot away.
If you are a Robinho, or if you're a fan of a Robinho, I'm sure you're quaking in your boots at the moment because that half was completely dominated by Vini. He had everything going forward, and he was also stopping Stokes in his tracks for every single attack. And you can hear words from the coach there as well towards Vini, just giving him a little bit of advice at halftime, maybe trying to suggest which areas he can attack differently, what he's doing well, or maybe what he's not doing so well. But for me, that first half was pretty spectacular for him, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, it really couldn't have gone much better, to be honest with you. Not only did he get that goal on the board, Dan, he also kept Stokes at bay. One of the best attacking players that we have seen so far in the tournament, especially today. And his job now, if he does exactly the same again, then he gives himself an opportunity to head towards extra time. And maybe, just maybe, pull off what would be an incredible result for him.
And it has been Stokes' finishing, which is what made him such a powerhouse at this tournament. But the thing is, he's not been able to get into those positions to even attempt the timed finesse finishing that we've seen him use all tournament long. So whether Vini has recognized that from leg one, has now adjusted his gameplay just to counteract that, I don't know. But he's done something very right in the first half of this second leg. And if he can carry on doing that, it definitely feels like he's in the right rhythm right now.
Vini will have the free kick, and you see, just playing it short, just keep in possession here so that he can build an attack. One thing we have to keep our eye on here is how much time is left in the game. There's only so many attacks you can fit into one half of FIFA 19. Unfortunately, there for Vini, Cristiano Ronaldo got in the way of Kylian Mbappe, and what looked like a simple pass, a well-executed pass, didn't find its intended target.
It's just one of those things that you can't do anything about, and you just have to move on and win this ball back and then try and attack again. But this space that Vini's being allowed on that right-hand side, in particular with Mbappe, is maybe something that Stokes needs to look at with his fullback to try and ensure these balls aren't as simple, because otherwise he is going to find himself in very dangerous positions.
A nice switch of the play here from Patrick Vieira, an opportunity to maybe move the ball forward quickly here. Kai Havertz dropping deep, manages to keep possession. Eusebio turns away from Hullet momentarily and finds the great run there of Cristiano Ronaldo, but maybe that advanced fake shot there, Dan, just a little bit telegraphed in that position.
It's just as I was going to compliment Vini on how well he was getting away from the defence of Stokes. He was using ball rolls, he was using fake shots to just get away from that man and turn away from them, so it wasn't an easy tackle. He definitely seems to know how Stokes is trying to defend.
Might be a chance here. Fantastic tackle for Rio Ferdinand, but the danger is not done as Stokes elects to take the free kick.
I don't blame him.
In an incredibly dangerous area here, just on the edge of the penalty box. Another player in the book here. Now, what can Stokes do? Hasn't had many chances. Can he have a shot at goal here? And maybe just give himself that 2-goal lead once again. Havertz leaves it. Neymar into the player just waiting, free in the middle of the box. And Van der Sar is just forced into another save. Mbappe now flicks the ball up. Is anyone there to arrive and head that one in the back of the net? It's away. And finally Van der Sar gathers the shot. And the first real period of pressure here that comes in from Rebel Stokes is dealt with.
And for all the praise we've given for Stokes on his finishing, actually, that was a massive opportunity for him. There was so much space for Mbappe. You saw him lining it up. Vini doesn't bring anyone to defend it, but then Stokes just can't get the finish away. He managed to finish that one and go 2 goals up. That could have been the tie done and dusted right there.
Well, here's Ronaldo then, and Ferdinand's got to be so careful dealing with that 99 rated Team of the Year foot item. Already on a booking himself, can't make any kind of rash tackle, and there is a little bit of space here, and you can see the run ahead of Patrick Vieira from Cristiano Ronaldo. There is an overlap here for Kai Havertz. Eusebio almost got round his man, but Paolo Maldini. That interception was vital.
Vini's getting so close, and Stokes must be concerned by that, and I feel like Stokes has upped the pressure a little bit here. He's really looking for another goal.
I feel like this game really is opening up. Fantastically read, though, by Nse Vini. Saw that accelerated fake shot coming a mile off, and now Virgil van Dijk is desperately trying to track back at Cristiano Ronaldo. Vini now managed to get the ball across. Will it fall to Havertz? Nothing but air. Havertz now turns back inside. And Vini, well, he created the chance. He pulled Stokes apart. And he just couldn't apply the finishing touch.
So close, yet so far for Vini, and time is starting to run out now as well for him. And Stokes, I think, is going to start to feel the pressure more and more the further we get in, but winning the ball back in those areas is absolutely huge for Stokes. But he just can't seem to beat these fullbacks as the ball goes out of play, and a chance for both players to look at their tactics and maybe change a few players on the pitch, get some fresh legs on as Hazard joins the mix, as well as Eusebio for Rebel Stokes.
Yeah, and Stokes has had a lot of impactful moments with that Eden Hazard coming onto the pitch as well, the 98 rated team of the season foot item. The interesting thing for me is, what does Vini do here? I'll take a look at Abinho here. He's the man who's waiting for the result of this. He's
on his watch.
FIFA E-World Cup, you know, places on the line here.
He's setting a timer. He can't handle it. I mean, I'm not sure I'd be able to handle it in his position. He started this tournament in 17th, so he was just outside of that 16. He did just enough to pip Ajax Joey, and now he takes and sits in that 16th spot. And boy, that's not going to be an enjoyable last, 10 minutes we've got in this game for him now. As a reminder, if Stokes wins, Abinho goes through. If Vini wins, he goes through.
It's all set up for a grandstand finish here in Hamburg. Vini still has his FIFA E-World Cup spot on the line. It's in his hands, but he needs to find a goal, and he needs to find it soon. Inside the last 15 minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo finds Hullet. Round the corner here to Eusebio. Ball will fall back to Hullet, but I think the linesman's flag would have gone up. Pele fresh on the pitch now as well.
And you know full well with every attack, Vini's heartbeat is just going to be racing as he knows that he needs to just put one of these chances away. to keep his E-World Cup dreams alive. And even then, he'd have to push on and find a winner.
Well, here's Eusebio then for Stokes. This could be potentially the end of the run for Vini if he can find a goal. But Ronaldo, can he win that as well? Maldini steps in here for Stokes. Havertz now. Taking his time. Game management here from Stokes. And you can see Vini just desperately trying to get the ball, desperately trying to win possession. And he's done so, and he's released Pele.
You've got to be so careful of your Stokes. You can see he doesn't want to give the ball away, but he's making mistakes. He's giving chances to Vini here.
83 minutes on the clock. Vieira will win that ball back for Stokes, though.
Stokes has to be he's got to be careful with this ball. He needs to just hold on to it, but he's trying to run it into dangerous areas.
R9, and again, he's just trying to force the play a little bit here, Vini.
Right, 5 minutes is a manageable time. Play it around, use your RB and LB buttons to try and bring players, send players on runs, run it to the corner if you have to. Stokes knows he can get to the final here if he just holds on to the ball.
Eusebio, back to Da Costa. And Da Costa is going back to goal, but he's read it. Pele now, he's got away from Maldini. We're approaching the 90th minute. Is there a last gasp goal here in Hamburg to keep Vini's dreams alive? Vieira stepping forward. Ronaldo gets it. Cristiano Ronaldo back to R9!
And Van der Sar with a huge save. And surely it's enough for Stokes.
That was the chance right there for Vini. That was his final spot lit up in front of him, and Abinio, I mean, he'll be sending Christmas cards to Edwin van der Sar.
And already Vini's coach with his head in his hands because he knows with only 20 seconds left, there is a very little chance for him to get anything out of this game now, and it means Stokes would be moving on to the grand final here at playoffs.
If he can win it from this throw-in, though, you never know. Throw-in's always difficult sometimes to keep possession. Goes inside, Vieira has to win this. Havertz drops it up, Van Dijk wins it. I think that's going to be it, though. Stokes is going to hold on, and Stokes will move into the final.